The Super Mario Bros. Franchise has spawned over 200 entries at this point, across many different genres. There have been RPGs, racing games, party games, bad games, and, among many others, platformers. Originally known as Jumpman, Mario is almost synonymous with the classification. Who could forget the first time they bashed their head against a floating brick or violently crushed a Koopa beneath their feet? These are the calling cards of a classic franchise, alongside the mustache as well, of course. But back to platformers. The Super Mario franchise has its fingers in both the 2D and 3D pies, but we're talking less D's and more crease. Sizz. In your forehead. Because you're stressed. And you're bad at 2D platformers. But amongst 2D platformers, Mario is king. In 2023, Super Mario Bros. Wonder rules with an iron fist. The game sports 8 total worlds, with each manifesting a unique aesthetic and vibe. The Petal Isles Hub, Pipe Rock Plateau is an introduction, Fluff Puff Peaks, Cotton Candy or Magic Ant Shining Falls, an anticlimactic Dojo, Sunbaked Desert, not a tomato, Fungi Mines, kinda looks like donuts, Deep Magma Bog, doesn't look like donuts, and a special world in case you hadn't met your quota of gray hairs yet spouted. Jokes aside, each world brought a host of unique characters, enemies, challenges, and the game's most significant new factor, Wonder Flowers. Now, the game's story centers on the acquisition of Wonder Seeds in order to accomplish Prince Florian's goal of undisputed monarchy. But Wonder Flowers are the single most influential new asset in the game. I thought Fire Flowers were transformative. Wonder Flowers offer a differing effect in each location they're found, changing not only the character's appearance or abilities, but the entire stage and its mechanics too. Among the main world lot, I don't have a favorite. In fact, I'd be surprised if anyone has a favorite when you have such a fun group to pick from. The black silhouettes of Sproings in the Twilight Forest offer a stark contrast to the ordinarily extreme saturation and color of Mario games. Reanimate a draconic corpse and ride it to success. Or death. I mean, for goodness sakes, you could be serenaded by a pack of parading piranha plants. You can't not love that. And the Wonder Flowers aren't it. The game also introduced one of my favorite power-ups. From irresponsibly claiming the title of doctor and dispensing prescription medication to competing in sporting events, Mario is no stranger to wearing many hats. To be honest, I always fancied myself something of a fire flower man, but what if you could jump on the fireballs? That's the Bubble Flower, and it rocks. Elephant Fruit got all of the hype and marketing, and it's a good time in its own right, but that lavender hat takes the W. Drill Mushroom is Drill Mushroom. It's these many changes to the gameplay that prevent the game from growing stale. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of 2D platformers. I have respect for the genre for what it's done in gaming history, and I generally like more of them than I dislike, but a flaw most hold is a relative lack of story, and that's usually pretty important to me. Mario Wonder largely suffers the same ailment, but when a platformer is good, the story doesn't really matter. Mario Wonder more than sets the tone for each section of the game, not with emotional highs and character development, but with music. And that tone is set immediately. We already talked about Piranha Plants on Parade, and with Koji Kondo on the job, it's hard to expect anything short of greatness, but the game's main theme is the warm, upbeat, defining tune that comes with every mainline Mario game. And frankly, I love it. It's the musical equivalent of a high five. And speaking of 5, the game utilizes a difficulty rating system that peaks at 5 stars. And dude, some of them 5 stars feel a little bit closer to 6. But the game does pace well, starting you off with a cuddly warm embrace of welcome to the Flower Kingdom before dunking on your freaking soul with the chaos that is the Special World, which you can actually start working on very, very early in the game. If, of course, you enjoy a nice bit of casual suffering sprinkled into your adventure. Hey, more power to you. If you're like me, however, you'll take your time with the game, work through it mostly linearly, and enjoy the heck out of it. Charming, fun, and somehow both innovative and familiar all at once, Super Mario Bros. Wonder is the penultimate 2D Mario experience for veterans and new players alike. It's not without flaw, but it's my favorite 2D Mario game. What about you?